don't felt like I don't felt. I don't know. Hi, it's Megan
and Sue
and Murphy, the Spine Breakers. And today we're gonna do another "If You Got It, Read It" challenge video. We're a little bit behind.
We're gonna do some catching up on this challenge because
we are behind.
We're not doing great on our own challenge right now.
Because that's how we roll. So while we do this, we are going to be drinking this on-air IPA from Lost Signal Brewing. It does have a very beautiful can.
Yeah, and this is a local brewery here in Springfield. Beautiful downtown Springfield.
Lovely. Booming metropolis.
Yes. You need that? Did you not like that sound?
No.
You did not like the can opening.
Did not like the can opening sound. Got to go.
So, cheers.
Cheers.
Just IPA. There's no other descriptor, I don't think.
It's an IPA. Okay. It's decent, but I can see what you're saying about dirt.
Yeah, I was telling her earlier because I've already had this. It has, like the aftertaste is kind of like dirt.
It's a little dirty.
Yeah, but it's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
If you like dirt.
This challenge is to read the longest book that you own.
Yes.
As always with our challenges, feel free to take creative liberties. I didn't want to search through every single one of my books, so I just picked like one of the longest books that I own because I'm lazy.
And so. I kind of got caught on this challenge. I feel like it was holding me back from reading in general. Because I just kept feeling, because my original pick for this was Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace, and then I started to read it and I was like, no. I can't do this right now. Maybe ever. I don't know.
No.
But then I was like, okay, I'll read The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. Is that the right name?
Sounds right.
I don't remember. And that still was just holding me back. Not necessarily. I barely started that one. And maybe I will try to finish that one by the end of the year. We'll see.
See what happens.
But I finally decided to just take my own advice. Because we said when we did the announcement video for this that if a challenge isn't working out for you, or if it doesn't fit your shelves, or whatever the case may be,
change it up so it does.
A little. Change it up.
Do what works for you.
So I decided to change it for myself to read a book over 500 pages.
Boom.
And I've done that.
Boom.
So I finished this challenge.
So if you too would like to change this to read a book over 500 pages, please feel obliged.
Because I know that we did get a lot of comments of people being like, oh my god, my longest book is Les Miserables or Count of Monte Cristo or one of those like over 1,000-page books. Which, you know, if you can do that this year, I think that's a great motivator to finally read that super long book on your shelf. But if it's holding you back like it was for me, please feel free to just change it up and do whatever works for you.
Yeah, don't let it stymie you. Like, don't let it be a roadblock. Like, the whole point of this challenge was to, like, read more of the books that you own. So, like, if this challenge is inhibiting you from doing that, then that's kind of the antithesis of what we meant.
Exactly.
So, make it work for you.
And you can take this as officially me telling you as one of the creators of this challenge.
Same.
If you want to change it to read a book over 500 pages.
Do.
Or 400 pages. Or 300 pages.
Whatever works for you, girl.
Or
a boy. Although most of our viewership is women, so.
Yes, large majority. I looked that up. It's been a long time since I looked it up, but I looked at our analytics once and it was like, I think it was like 90% women or something like that.
And I was like, at first I was like, why don't men like to, oh yeah. And then I see all these clips of me going like, I hate men. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, okay, that's fine. All right, well, whatever.
If you're a man out there that watches this, hey, what's up?
Welcome to the channel, friend. Glad you're here. You must be secure in your masculinity.
Yep.
Welcome.
Anyway, so let's get into the books that we read for this challenge.
Let's do. So do you want to go first?
Sure.
Do it. Let's hear it.
So the book I'm counting for this challenge is Doomsday book by Connie Willis. And this is a book that I've had on my shelf for a really long time, and I do think that part of the reason I hadn't read it yet was because it's kind of thick. It's like 576 pages, I think. And this is a science fiction book about time travel. And it's the first book in the Oxford time travel series. And so in this series, it's set kind of in the near future. This one's set in the 2050s. And Oxford University has the like history department has a program where they actually send people back in time to certain periods in history to actually like learn and observe and record those things in real time and then come back and report their findings. And so they can actually find out exactly what things were like in those time periods. So in this book, one of the students, her name is Kivrin, she really wants to go back to the 1300s. And that's kind of considered high risk because plague. They clear her to go, but they plan to send her back to like the 1320, which is about 28 years, I think, before the plague showed up in Europe. So she should be clear from
good.
It. Right. Also, she gets inoculations and stuff, so it's like she can't get the plague anyway. She's inoculated from that. They send her back, and like right after they send her back, the guy who's like in charge, like he controls everything about like sending her back in time and also about getting her back from that time, becomes very ill with this unknown virus. It's a novel virus of some sort. Oxford and the surrounding area is put into quarantine, and he's like ill in the hospital and incoherent, and right before he like passed out and was not, you know, able to communicate anymore, he had said something about something going wrong with sending Kivrin. Did I say Kieran before?
You said Kivrin.
Sending Kivrin back in time. So one of our other main characters is a professor at Oxford, and he's like frantically trying to figure out what happened,
what the issue is,
what the problem is.
Okay.
So we're following like two different timelines, one of Kivrin being in the 1300s, and then we're following the professor in the 2050s who's dealing with an epidemic there, plus trying to figure out what's gone wrong and how to get Kivrin back.
Damn.
From the 1300s.
It's a lot going on there.
Yes. And I really enjoyed this book. For the most part, I liked the characters. I will say that, like, I don't know if it's just maybe that kids are annoying or what, but this book had a little girl in it who's like, I think she's like 5.
Okay.
So fucking annoying.
Like Jurassic Park kids
annoying? Like, kind of.
Ooh.
Except Jurassic Park, I feel like Michael Crichton used the kid as like a source of conflict, which she kind of does in this too. Because it's like, oh, the kid's dumb and just says
dumb shit. Right.
And so I really found that kid really fucking annoying. But there was also another kid who was like 12. And he was fine.
Okay.
I didn't find him annoying. And there's also another little girl who's like 10. And she was fine. But the 5-year-old, oh man. Yeah, but I feel like we were supposed to be, you know, really like this kid because Kivrin comes to like really love her. And so I feel like we were supposed to feel that way about her too. But I was just like, God damn it, this kid is fucking annoying. This book was quite good. I read it pretty quickly. It was engrossing. I will probably pick up more from her. But I wouldn't say it was like amazing. Like it didn't blow me away or anything. Right. You know, so I don't feel like I have a lot to say.
I mean, that's kind of how I felt about the Connie Willis book in that series that I read. One thing though I felt was that Connie Willis really did her research about the historical period that it was set in. Did you feel like that about this book?
It's hard to say because I feel like I don't know a whole lot about the 1300s. I believed it.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like it's hard too because like the 1300s are so long ago that like how do we know if it's accurate or not?
Yeah, and one thing is like when she goes back in time, she has like a thing implanted in her that's supposed to be kind of a translator because like even though she was going back in time to England, like they spoke a very different
dialect
version of English back then than we do now. And so she found that like the dialect that she learned was like kind of like Chaucer
Okay.
How he wrote, and that was not how people spoke at all.
Oh, fuck.
So she had a
Okay.
really hard time communicating when she first got there because her translator like wasn't working. It's supposed to still translate well. I don't know. It was like a
glitch.
Yeah, it was like a glitch with her translator. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have, other than a little girl who was like super fucking annoying, I don't think I had any other major like issues with it, but I also, like I said, wasn't like totally blown away by it or anything. It's definitely not like a favorite book ever, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. And the second book in this is To Say Nothing of the Dog, which I think you
I
have.
own that book, yeah. If you want to borrow it,
So
let me
I
know.
probably will pick up that second book.
Mhm.
Also, it said that one was kind of more of a romance. which
Oh,
sounds
well, yeah, if you want
fun.
to borrow it, just
Alright.
take it with you.
I think I gave it 4 stars. Like, it was good.
Well, I read Fellside by M.R. Carey. So this book is one of the longest books I own. I don't know what the longest book I own is, but this book was, maybe it seemed longer than it was, because it's only like 486 pages. I don't know. It felt really long, I will tell you that. So this book is about a woman who wakes up in a hospital, and she not only does not remember what happened to her, but she's also like under arrest, and she does not remember why. And so she gets sent to this maximum security prison, Fellside. She's trying to, so she has to go through trial. She's trying to figure out what the hell happened, and she's trying to heal from her injuries. So this book was a lot about like prison politics, like between the inmates and the guards and shit. And then also about this woman who could like travel into the like in between and like see ghosts and shit. I don't feel like the storylines really merged well, because I felt like as I was reading it, like there was one story about prison politics and there was another story about this woman and like the ability to see ghosts and shit. And it didn't really come together until like the end, toward the end of the book. And I was like, fuck the prison politics. Like, I already watched Orange is the New Black. Like, I don't need to read this. And then just tell me more about the ghosts. But you don't really, like, so I don't know. I just felt like it was trying to do a lot. Felt way longer than it needed to be. And I just felt like it was super mediocre. So I think I gave it 3 stars out of 5. I really loved The Girl with All the Gifts, and I also really liked The Boy on the Bridge. But I did not love Fellside.
Bummer.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, and it took me a really long time to get invested in. It just could have been better. It was a really cool concept, and I thought it could have been done better, but it just wasn't. So, why 3 out of 5.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it for us.
That's all we got to say about that.
This beer is okay.
Yeah, it's actually like, I feel like the dirt taste kind of started to go away.
Yeah, it definitely grew on me. Like the first couple sips, I was like, man, this beer's okay. But like the more I drink of it, the more acclimated I get to it.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
And yeah, kudos to whoever did their can art.
It's
'cause
really
their cans
pretty.
look
Yeah, it's a
cool.
beautiful can.
It's not bad. You probably can't get it outside of Springfield, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah. So if you're ever in the
They're a
area,
pretty small brewery, but they just started canning their stuff, so you can find it in liquor stores in Springfield. In fact, I got this at the grocery store.
oh really?
Got this at Price Cutter.
Did not know. Price Cutter has a really good beer selection.
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah.
But yeah, so if you're ever in the area, check them out. But although maybe now that they're canning, they'll try to distribute a little bit more widely.
Maybe.
So we'll see.
Yeah, so if you've read Doomsday Book or Fellside,
Let us know what you
let us
think.
know your thoughts.
Agree, disagree.
Yeah, and let us know how you're doing on if you got it, read it.
Are you doing better than we are?
Are you doing better?
You probably
than us?
are.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, have you finished your longest book, or are you going to switch it up?
What are you
like
doing?
we did.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.